Beep.
Dab on the haters.
Don't use that. Or do. I don't care.
Having a conversation with future Joel.
Yep. Because he's texting. You were texting and I said it to you directly. Hi everybody, welcome to the post show of session 17, not 18. Mm-hmm. This is 17. 18 is next week. Mm-hmm. The gang is out of the mines.
Yeah.
We're back at Arthur's.
They've made it back to the relative safety of the surface world. Discuss. Do you guys have any questions about what's going on?
Oh, I thought Go ahead.
I mean, there's so many questions.
And do you have any questions that I can legally answer for you?
No.
Okay. See you next week.
Bye.
I thought the skills test thing was an interesting way to go about it. I did not expect that to be happening.
Agreed.
Did you like it, hate it, want more of it, never again?
I enjoyed it. Coming up with ideas, essentially being as neutered as Bentley is, with Mortar being not himself, was part of it. And then I don't know that Evinrude could have done anything. I was thinking could he do sight checks to see where we are, but then I don't know how he's going to communicate that to anybody, and I don't know that he's going to be able to stop the cart because his strength is terrible, and he could have maybe sped it up, but that would have been not good. So there were just a lot of things.
What?
Sorry. That came out of nowhere.
Shundet.
Okay.
A lot of things going through my mind that I was that wouldn't work, that wouldn't work, that wouldn't work. So, but was it a case where it's if we failed 3 times, that would have been...
Those bad news bears.
Okay, so we had to succeed 6 times without failing 3 times.
We failed twice.
Mm-hmm.
I know.
5 and 2.
I know.
It was 5 and 2.
It was precarious.
Well, 6 and 2.
No,
we
but
were at
going
5
into
and
the
2.
final
Oh,
roll,
yeah.
5 and 2.
I was
Really
Could have gone either way.
You saved all of your horrendous rolls for the end of the episode, not the
thing
beginning
you
of the
should be
episode.
good
I
at.
know, right?
I almost
That's
didn't make
why-
you roll because
that's-
I was that's an easy enough thing to do, but I'm but this bird doesn't necessarily know you.
That's why, because we were talking about, Jordan was I'm going to throw a Pokeball and this would be this, 3-part check. I'm what's my highest number? Just add 5 and, call it a day, because I don't want to put any other...
That was definitely a good call. My plan was sketchy at best.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how that would have worked out. I liked it in theory, but then when it was this could threaten other party members, okay, let's maybe not do that.
I like
Fair.
I like the idea of it. I want to do it in a different setting.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought it fit.
Yeah.
Fit the
I
situation.
just feel we're so limited in space and what we could do
Yeah.
that the idea of doing that, even just throwing out there, not this would happen, but if we were all in a room and the roof was coming down, but we had room to move around and try things and not be what can I do
Stuck.
where I'm standing?
Yeah. Well, we had another first with spur of the moment survival catch Pokemon.
Yes.
Now we've
Yeah.
had
Yes.
Yeah.
normal catch, just coerce catch, and now heat of the moment. This is
Emergency.
necessary for survival catch.
Move!
I feel I know the answer to this
Any-
question, but have you thought of a name yet?
No.
Okay.
Digby.
We got another
Well, I
two-
wasn't
got
sure if I
another
was
2
even
weeks.
gonna catch it.
Digby.
Yeah.
Is a thing.
Are you
I
gonna
didn't
let
think
him go?
it would come to a crunch
Yeah,
and I'd
you're
have
gonna keep
to.
him?
Yeah.
I
Well-
need space in the cart. Get in the ball.
I
What?
think maybe I should. I'm not gonna use
Live
him
in
in
the
the
PC.
gym battle.
You're not going to use him in the gym.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Because he's 9 HP.
That's not him.
Yeah.
He said that's a generic Tyrone.
I said this. I
That's
said
not
this
him.
is to signify that you were in charge of the
I was
Tyrone,
like, that's-
because that is not the
No.
stats
No, it
that I
was
used
it was
for
just to
Okay.
signify the
Gotcha.
modifiers.
Okay, gotcha.
I was like, this is just
well,
a basic
I
thing to
might
look
then,
at.
but I should probably go get him and talk to him.
Because also, Phoebe
'Cause he
doesn't
just
know
got
that
sent
Tyrogue would only have 9 hit points. She just knows that he's a scrappy little dude.
He's a strong
That's
guy.
true. He's been training down in
He's a
the
strong guy.
Zealous mines
He's
for a
punching
while.
lots of
That's why I
rocks.
prefaced it with, to be fair, this is just a generic Tyro.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
not the one you found. The one you found is on here.
Phoebe's got her scouter on. He's only got 9 HP. He's not coming
Bye.
to the gym.
Dismissed.
No, it's not that. It's just I wouldn't want to put him like
School.
in the gym,
For
just out of the gate. But I guess he would
Release.
probably want to,
Yeah.
even if he did just eat it.
I just like how the primary reasoning that we went into the mine to like get me caught up on Pokemon members was the biggest thing that we failed at. It's just like, nope,
One
didn't
thing.
happen. Minecart almost died
Yeah.
again. Okay, let's
I
just
feel
get
like
out
there
of
were
here.
opportunities, you just chose to not take them.
Well, it was originally it was like the sand shrews where Kelsey was like, "Oh, those are awesome. I want to go with those." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And then it became Tyrogue, and I was like, I think we talked about this at
Yeah.
the last post
Yeah.
show where it was like, that is a CJ Pokemon for
Yeah.
sure. And also selfishly, I just wanted the Bang versus Tyrogue battle to happen, and that did not disappoint. And then Tia ended up like healing it to where it was like, okay, there's a narrative reason why she would have it, and like for me, like narrative reason is a big thing in D&D. So like I would have zero, like Bentley would have zero narrative reason to have caught Tyrogue. So I feel like it worked out as best as it could have. And I feel like the only other opportunity in this one was the like Larvitar, who was like deep in some tunnel and then like burst out 15 feet and kept walking away after glaring at me. So I was like, okay, have fun, have a
I
nice
just
day.
think, like, if you wanted him, you would have, like, challenged him to a battle.
For
but
sure.
then there was also...
Well, there's also the mortar is not in a state
Yeah.
to do anything, which
Yeah.
And we still have the stone.
kind of has my hands tied at the moment. And like thinking about it as if I'm Bentley is like, that's kind of the priority now, is
Yeah.
trying to figure out what's wrong with mortar, not like, oh, let me just throw him out in battle and catch a new Pokemon. Like,
I was
that's
also
not-
thinking before we went in, like the first mine when it was a dead end, there was a Dunsparce, and that one was left. And then I thought there was something else down there too.
I don't remember.
Well, the Dunsparce was the one that blinded you, and we were like just
Ran
like
out.
going through the mine like this, like hand on the wall,
Yeah.
and then it was like, we need to get out of here and get a lantern. So that was like, I would have caught that, but then it was like, there's no feasible route forward here unless we have light. So I was like, I'm gonna make the judgment call to go buy a freaking lantern because this is not working.
You want to go back in the mine to try and find another one though?
I mean, I really just enjoy the way Drew sets it up of like roll, and then the number decides what wild Pokemon I find. I like the randomness of that, and then also like I feel like in the process of this, not that I had the foresight in game to think of it, but like logging things in my Pokedex as I'm like seeing them, I guess. So I can like be more proactive about doing that, but I enjoy the process of like finding wild Pokemon. So I feel like we saw quite a few, and that was kind of the cool part of it. But like narratively, after the whole mortar snafu, it just didn't make sense for him to be like, oh yeah, like I'm just gonna catch a Pokemon now, because that's not where his
Yeah.
mindset is anymore.
I guess just like feeding off of that, he's still in that set that you know of, but your mindset would be different now? Because if you go on the Mind next session, you're in the same situation.
Logical.
Well, I don't know that is the thing, because I mean, in theory, I'm gonna send him out and figure out the state of things. We sent away the stone, so hopefully now he's on the mend or like more normal. And worst case, which was something I thought about when we were exploring the mines, was just having a battle with Evinrude, but I don't know if he'd be able to like 1v1 something. So worst case, if Mortar is still like not himself, I can just battle with Evinrude for the interim and then wait until Mortar's back to normal or as close to normal. But
I would err on the side of caution with that. I would, if I was you, much rather battle a random Pokemon, because didn't Arthur say that like being able to control himself is the issue? So if you battle Evinrude, he might just like flash and like try to kill him. I would rather leave
I
it
think
up to
you,
like.
I think you misunderstood what I was saying because
Maybe.
I just
He
meant
was
like,
gonna battle
like
with
battling
everyone.
with
Battle.
Oh, okay. Not
like
battling.
like
with
if I
someone.
find a wild Pokemon, I would not use Mortar. I'd use
Oh,
Evinrude
okay.
instead.
I thought you meant you would take out Mortar to battle.
No,
those
I
two
wouldn't
and see how he was
I
doing.
wouldn't do any of that until it was like a
Fair enough.
last resort kind of situation. But
Fair enough.
yeah, I mean, I'm having to figure out what's going on there, and that's kind of taking priority, which is not great in terms of wanting to add
Yeah.
and needing to add another Pokemon.
No, yeah, that's
but-
what I mean. That's what I feel like it's gonna start back up, and we're not even gonna go back in there because we're gonna be dealing with that.
Yeah, I was thinking too, like, even if it's like, I don't want to be a nuisance to you guys, like, if it was, we get to the point where we're doing gym battles, I could even do that as like a one-off, like, just go catch a Pokemon in like the direct inside of one of the mine entrances, leave, and then do the gym battle.
Are you still pretty dead set on getting one from the mine? Because I'm thinking like there's routes that go other directions that we've never been.
Yeah, well, my thought process is that we're staying here to battle the gym, and outside of the mines, there's just the desert, which is like all fire types, which
Yeah.
I think we were in a group consensus of like
No more?
we don't need more. How many do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have 5?
No,
5 what?
4.
4. So 4 of our however many. It's like a
Yeah.
pretty solid percentage already. Do we want to talk about the Lost session?
I don't really care. It's not gonna see the light of day.
Okay.
Sorry.
Because I was just gonna go
Teaser.
into.
I was just gonna not bring it up.
Yeah. Okay. You don't have to.
I
What?
wonder about it.
That's why I wanted to ask.
Comment
don't.
I do.
if you want to
You
see
don't.
that.
Absolutely
You
do.
don't. You really don't.
I understand it went.
That's why when you were like-
I want to know about it.
When you were like, "Are we gonna do a normal session on Sunday?" I was like,
I really don't know.
"Cause
Yeah.
things like all hope is lost." And over
Yeah,
here, I was
what?
like, "What are they gonna do?"
Like that and
No.
what that.
You don't want to know.
I want
was
I
like,
want to hear what
Frick.
happened.
You will be angry when you hear what happened.
That's why I want to hear about it.
We're cutting all of this anyway.
Yeah. No. I was surprised that you didn't want to find out if he was doing okay.
What do you mean?
Like send him out and like just to talk to him.
Well, I had done that previously,
Yeah.
and it was like just a fucking nightmare.
Like he barely got back in the
Like
ball.
he literally was not responding to me, and just was like. It
Oh,
was
so
like,
that's what happened. You did that? Because
No, that was last session.
Did that
Oh, it
hap-
was?
That didn't happen when I was around. That's why I didn't
Okay.
have that
Oh.
information. That's why I was like, I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah. So
Oh no.
that's my bad because I.
So what? He just didn't pay attention to you at all? Didn't
okay.
listen to you at all?
He was basically stalking Joel to get the stone again.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
That makes sense.
Milo was like, what the fuck, call him back.
He
And I
resisted.
called him back,
He
and he like
resisted.
wouldn't go back into the ball right away.
Yeah.
The de-atomizing laser, as it were, had to like un-3D print him.
Wow. That's pretty scary.
But that was in the Flash
That
Sunday.
makes sense as to why you were so hesitant to do that then. I was
Yeah.
like, why is he not
Yeah.
wanting to get him out without having any
Yeah.
of this information? I'd be like, that's like the first thing I would want to do.
Yeah, so that's my bad. I
That's in
conflated that
Flash
as the previous
Sunday.
session when it was not.
Fair
so
enough.
that's my mistake. I didn't I didn't send out either of my Pokemon that entire session.
I think it's little buddy out for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I didn't get to do anything with my Pokemon. I suggested Crash do things, but it didn't happen.
I just wanted to leave. I didn't care.
That's
Didn't
fair.
matter.
Yeah.
You were very, very upset about the
Yeah,
situation.
Milo's very mad. I don't care. I'm having fun, but Milo's upset.
No doubt.
I'm enjoying myself, but Milo's pissed off. He hates you guys.
Like mad or just traumatized overall?
A little bit of both.
Probably both. A little bit of egg.
Because like he brought up in the session, like the goal was to have fun and like make a friend, and we're just like, let's thrust ourselves into a life-threatening situation.
Well, I think this is the only time we literally chose to thrust ourselves into a life threat.
Yeah.
Every other time it has been
For sure, I agree with that.
this sucks a nut.
I agree
Holy
with
shit!
that. But
what
we
is
just
happening?
we just came out of one And
Yeah.
it was like, let's have a day where we just have fun.
Yeah.
And it was just thrown away in his eyes.
It was the exact opposite of that.
Yeah.
But also too, it's funny because there's precedent to where Milo has faced incredibly dangerous situations and odds and was like, no, this is fine, and like just crossed the bridge, no problem, like perfect rolls the whole way. Like, yeah, that was chill, guys. I'm on the other side. We're like, no, that was terrifying. So it's like you do have that in you of like,
Yeah.
I've faced terrifying things and it was fine, and then it pivots to the opposite.
The turning point for him was watching those videos of Pendleton, because I was like up on that screen and like I saw it in detail, and then having that followed up with like the ghosts that are deteriorating my friends and my Pokemon, like they're literally melting before my eyes, and then this battle to the death with skeleton ghosts and Kaz was just like, okay,
This town.
like
This is a lot.
This is real.
Yeah.
And that was kind of his like turning point.
It's fair.
I also like the first impression of Xantha, where it's like, this is just a decrepit ghost town.
Nothing's
to
happening.
like the end of this episode, where we're literally asking random trainers if they can help us with our art project. And they're like, yeah, sure, why not? Like, oh, you didn't have to do that at all. Thank you. That's super helpful. That freaking stone just
Can be deceiving.
ruining my day.
I didn't think about it until you said it, but I feel like that could be a Firestone. Or
That's what I was thinking, but didn't I ask you?
Yeah.
but he answered it in a way that's like
It
you
could be,
can't know that.
But you shouldn't use it currently because it won't work the way you think it will, is what I interpret.
I took it as Drew is taking the liberty of creating a new thing.
Very well
and
could be
that's
that too.
it could be, but the way I kind of perceived the conversation was like, I don't want you to know what it is yet.
Fair.
And like in the way things were phrased, to me it sounds like an adjustment on a way to evolve your Magmar way down the line, instead of having to do the stupid like canonically you have to trade it.
Yeah.
So that's dumb, and
Yeah.
this is like a way to work around it.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, I mean, literally we went into the mine to find items to help our fire Pokemon
Fake charcoal.
and catch me
So mad.
another team member, and it was instead almost
Shot.
die multiple times and then just trek our way out. Didn't find either of the people we were looking for, any of the items we were looking for, and now Mortar is roided out, so that's great.
Yep, we will see. I'm excited to send Monty on his first actual legitimate test.
Yeah, I'm gonna need like a map recap to know where we are in relation to anything else, because I don't know.
My concern was when, well, I guess I didn't have that information, but I asked again anyway, was from our lost session, knowing what was between here and Green Gate. I didn't think that he would be able to make that flight.
It's between here and Green Gate.
A massive desert.
No,
What?
that's between here and somewhere else.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you
Not
said it
Green
was there was that route that was between that and Green Gate, and that's why I got that information.
It's
Okay.
between there and somewhere else.
Okay, so never mind.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which, with your vague knowledge of the world, is Fola.
Are we closest to Green Gate at this point?
You are roughly equidistant from Green Gate as you are to Fola.
Okay.
But Fola was the harsh desert, right?
Yes.
Fola was the harsh desert.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to send him out and get that back on track, and I feel like doing that immediately is gonna give us time to hang out. If you want to catch something, all of us to do our gym battles, because I need 2 days, one for him to get there, one for him to get back, and I feel like that's enough activity that I'm not like, hold on, we can't leave yet.
No, for sure.
We shall see.
That's all I got.
I have so many things I want to say, but I can't say any of them.
Can't say any of
The
them?
tribulations of a DM.
Yeah, I can't say them ever.
All
They
right.
have
Say
to.
any?
They have to die with me
What about a little hint?
someday.
Well, this session is unofficially brought to you by Barrows, where we go to eat after all of these. So,
Hey,
pepperoni pizza, extra sauce. Eat it on Sunday nights and pretend you're eating it with us.
and you might see us there.
Probably not.
Probably not though, because
Probably
like the odds that we're at the same one, it's not really realistic.
It's not gonna happen.
I mean, maybe. If you see us and you come say hi, I won't be offended.
They probably won't even know what that is.
No. Anywho,
Good night.
thanks for joining us for this extra special thing. Thanks for helping support what we do. And I hope to see you in the game someday.
Come join us. Come into our house.
We'll come into your house.
Bye! But yeah, I have another thing I want to just like casually, like I can't even mention the subject of my brain blast, and I'm really sad.
Oh.
So now I gotta wait like 6 days. No.
I'll lend you an ear.
Do we want to tell you working about?
I want